Well, good morning everybody. Bob and I are set off to have a bike ride down to the Wickaninnish beach area. So if you'd like to come along, this is Bob by the way. And we're going to go together. Bob's riding a mountain bike and I'm riding my pedal assist bike. So we'll see who the winner is in the end. It's likely still going to be Bob. So we'll see you along the trail. Okay, here we are at the beginning of the multi-use trail at Pacific Rim Park. And there's a number of these barriers just to slow people down at intersections and on some of the hills. So if you'd like to come along, we'll see what we can see today. It's a really nice trail. It's paved all the way. And it goes through the forest, parallels the highway. You can hear the traffic noise, but it looks like it's been cleaned off. One time we came through here, it was covered in debris, but it's okay. Let's just give you a little taste of what this trail's like. There's Bob speeding ahead. That's per normal. That's why I have a pedal assist, not just because I don't want to do hills. This way I have a hope of keeping up. Well, maybe not much of a hope. So off we go. Yeah, so it's not quite so woodsy here, but there's really very little shoulder on this highway, and it was really quite frightening, even for experienced cyclists, to cycle along this road. People go very fast, and then there might be a foot or two of shoulder and usually a ditch on either side. So thank goodness they put this in. I think the whole trail is, probably 40 kilometers or so, because it travels the whole length of Pacific Rim Park. And at the far end, the opposite way that we're going, it joins a trail that then carries on all the way into Tofino. So you should be able to ride your bike all the way through there. Just passed a big pile of wolf poop back there a bit, and then also a bear warning sign. So the wildlife are certainly present. We're visiting their territory. It's okay. Okay, we're just reading the sign here. Passed a couple of these. We haven't seen any. So I'm just going to go through the gate here, and then we'll be coming down to Wickaninnish. Okay, long downhill. Stay over here in case somebody's coming up. Here to make a left, and we're at the Wickaninnish Visitor Center, and so I'm going to take a walk out to the beach. Here we are, and Isn't this just a beautiful sight? Except for all of those very dark clouds coming our way, and it looks like it could potentially be raining back at the campsite. So I don't think we're going to linger here too long. We were just lucky to get out. And you see there's some surfers, or one surfer there. There's a couple other brave souls out there. You really have to know what you're doing because of the tremendous undertow and currents here. Just take a look the other way. The people come from all over the world to see this beach, and we're very, very fortunate that we live about 2.5 hours or so drive, and we can come here quite often. It's beautiful. Well, I think we're probably just going to have maybe a little snack and quickly start heading back. I've got some rain pants, but on my backpack, but hopefully I don't need them. A tiny little bit of blue hopefully will follow us here. Okay, folks, there we have a bear using the multi-purpose trail. So what we're going to do is walk over to the other side of the road where you see there's a couple in a car and another couple who have their bikes with them. So yes, I guess the bear warning sign was actually for real. So that's what we're going to do. We might be able to get another shot, and it's not very big. Seems to be just, oh, it's gone into the bush, but I think we'll just still go over onto the road. Okay, well, we're back from that great bike ride. It was about a 25-kilometer round trip, which is just perfect. And the rain held off, a few sprinkles, but that was it. So I'd forgotten how much I really liked this little bike, because I hadn't ridden it for a while. And I bought it last fall, and now that the weather is getting better, I can get back out on it. It's a Turn made by Vectron, and it, like I said yesterday, it folds right up, and it's just perfect for me. I can keep up with Bob, who has a lot of experience cycling, and in competitions, he used to do triathlon. So I'm just a pleasure cyclist. So this way I can keep up with him and even pass him on the hills. So this afternoon, if the weather holds after lunch, I'm going to go down to the beach again, and I want to try using my little Solo Light twig stove. This time I want to use it with some twigs that maybe I can scavenge from under the logs down at the beach. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll catch up with you later. Okay, this is a learning experience. One of the things I've found is that I have to cut the twigs up smaller. So I've been just using my knife and slicing through them, and then breaking up a number of pieces. And of course the wood's damp, you know, even though it's cedar. And then I find it's better if I lift the pot. So I can get the wood in better. Pop it in here. There we go. So every now and then, that's what I'm finding works. Anyway, it's coming. It's coming. It's taking me a little longer than I thought it would. And I think once I sort of understand how it works and what works best for it, under what conditions. Also, it could very well do with a windshield. I see that Solo stoves have windshields, and that might be a worthwhile investment, especially when you're at the beach. And I snapped myself with a stick here. And then just poking them down a little bit. Give them a little bit of a blow, although that one seems okay. So I think I'm kind of getting the system. But that's, you know, that's what it's all about. It's a new thing to learn. It's certainly easier to use the alcohol part. Just use the container and light the alcohol and away you go. But you don't always have alcohol, so I need to know how to do this. And when you've got fuel that's free and you don't have to cart it, you just have to learn how to use what you can find. And I think, it's working. So if you counted all the times I tried to play around with this, this is the longest cup of anything I've had to try to boil. But I thought, oh my God, if I was trying to cook a meal here, it'd be quite interesting. But no, I'm getting better at it. So I think I've got the system figured out. Okay. Well, I think when they say twig stove, they definitely mean twigs, very small ones, because this is a very small twig stove. I'm sure the bigger ones you could expand that. I can definitely hear it's not just smoke coming out, there's steam coming out now, and I can hear it bubbling away in there. So yeah, that took a bit of work, but I think making sure that I block the wind around it would really help. And I need to just be diligent about continuing to cut up small twigs. I think they like, because of the dampness in the wood, nothing bigger than this around, about this long, and down to about this in width. Yeah, it's definitely boiling now. So, all right, I'm going to just make myself instant cappuccino and let the little fire burn down. And while I'm enjoying this, oh, look at it go. It's really going now. Yay! So I did bring my gloves. Remember to keep the handle up. And then yep, looks great. All right, pour her in. Give her the old beach stir. Looks pretty good for an instant. And I'm just going to sit here and feel the sun on my back and let this little fire go out. And we'll see what's left of the debris and the ash at the bottom, and see how well it burns up. And I've got water left that I can dig a little hole in the sand, and I brought enough water that I can put what's ever remaining out and then cover it up. And I used quite a lot of pieces of wood, but I don't think that's the fault of the stove. I think that was me trying to make it into a chunk of wood stove instead of a twig stove. So there you go. I'm just going to enjoy this, and we'll see what the rest of the afternoon brings. It's looking amazingly good. The wind is not nearly as strong as yesterday, and I purposely put myself behind some beach logs. I think I am going to maybe order a windscreen, because very often I'm out in the wind, and I noticed that the windscreen that goes with this folds right down, so it's really, really compact, and it doesn't weigh very much at all. So I'm just going to leave you there for a while and enjoy my cappuccino and being at the beach for the afternoon. Thanks. Well, what do you think? It's pretty nice, eh? Got my first long boil. Well, that's okay. I'll be better next time. Well, that was a wonderful afternoon, and what a great day we've had today. It was pretty unexpected, as forecasted indicated a lot more rain than we got, so we're grateful for it. And I'm sitting here beside the fire. Bob's over in the sun reading the book, and I've got a glass of wine, and I think we're just going to call that a good day. So thank you for being here, and we'll see what tomorrow brings when we wake up. Well, good morning, everyone. This is the day we're all packed up to go back home. Yesterday turned out to be a bit of a West Coast washout. It was anticipated. The weather forecast was pretty much spot on for yesterday. We got up in the morning to some light rain, and we headed down to Chesterman Beach for a walk on the beach before the rains and the hail and the sleet all came down on us. So we took some lunch home and some chowder for supper from the Wildside Grill near Tofino, and had an in-day, and that's fine too. We had books, we had videos, we played cards. We're well prepared to have a lot of rain, and it did rain, and it was very, very windy. So after a good sleep, we're packed up now, and we're ready to go home. So it was a great trip. 2 out of the 3 days were just stunning outside days, and the 3rd day was okay. It was a good rest day. So thanks for coming along, and I'll look forward to having you come back on another adventure with me.